Perfectman versus S2, fourth set on Circuit Breaker. This is a pretty interesting choice from SKT to send out S2. I definitely wasn't expecting this. I mean, it would be good to send a Zerg, but why not send Hyuk with his epically good versus Protoss play? S2, very strange choice, but Perfectman is definitely not his best matchup. Of course, I guess he doesn't really have a best matchup. All of his matchups are below 50%, so despite his name, he hasn't been doing that great. And this is definitely not one of his best. Except, down at the 8 o'clock position in red is Perfectman. Adjusting his monitor so it's optimal. You thought I was going to say perfect, didn't you? Nope. Perfect jokes are so third set, man. But S2 is down at the 5 o'clock position in brown. This is on Circuit Breaker, another map I am not familiar with. But I'm kind of familiar with S2. I think I've casted some S2 games in the OSL. And of course, the thing I most remember S2 for is when I did kind of subtitles, I guess. I put words, humorous words on pictures from SKT's vacation to somewhere. And there was actually a picture of S2 falling off of an inner tube as he tried to get on it. And I wrote over top, yes, SKT Zergs fail at everything, which was very mean. And I think it came back to haunt me later, because later on I was like trying to get on an inner tube at a pool or something, and I completely fell in. It was really goofy. So I think he cursed me with that video. I got a sitting room only, I guess, in there. Those guys were not on seats. But yeah, I fell into the pool, my English white skin glittering in the sunlight. It was not a pretty sight, as you can imagine. But the spawning pool coming up. 4S2 trying to fight back that freaking bastard probe. Get out of here. Probes! God, I hate him. But the spawning pool first. 4S2, which means he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. As Perfectman trying to get a drone kill, as most Protoss players do these days. But it's difficult, very difficult, when you're fighting a pro Zerg, because they keep on things. They send their drones to another patch of minerals, but Perfectman trying to mine some minerals to keep the drones off of them. Just another annoyance tactic, but in the meantime, just the right time. I almost said perfect time, god freaking. But Perfectman going for the kill. Oh, the drone takes it down. Perfectman miscalculated. And it doesn't even matter that the drone took hits, because it's morphing into the hatchery. Things work out for S2. So Perfectman's going to send out another scout. And I think I saw him doing that as soon as I said that. Putting down his Nexus first and then his cannons, which is pretty risky actually, because S2 is moving out with 6 Zerglings towards the front, but no, he's chasing the probe now. And kind of divided. His attention is divided. As soon as he gets there, I think there's going to be one cannon just warping in. So Perfectman's probably going to be okay. But he doesn't have any probes at the front to block off at all. But let's see if S2 goes for the run by. No, he's not going to go for the run by. I don't think he is anyway. Because Perfectman has positioned some probes there. And he built a gateway at the front. At the great time. God, I almost said perfect again. What is wrong with me? Perfect time out at front. 2 block against those Zerglings. Damn it to bloody hell. But the second base is on the way for S2. And let's see what Perfectman can do. Staring at the building warping in. So he can put the minerals there. As soon as he gets it, groups up those probes, hit C, so they bring back their minerals to that Nexus. Okay, what is Perfectman doing? He's looking for the third base. He finds it immediately. And I thought for sure he was going to try to cannon that up for a second, but nope. Deciding, he sees the Overlord. He's like, nah, he's going to know I'm doing this anyway. Cybernetics core at the front. And I don't see the +1 upgrade spinning yet on that forge at the front, but I think it might be a little bit too early for that. The lair on the way now, so it's a pretty standard build now, even though it was spawning pool first. It is pretty standard from S2 so far. And like I said, I'm still kind of surprised that they didn't send Hyuk. I mean, with Hyuk's track record, his experience, with taking down Protoss players in high-stakes situations. I thought he would be the perfect candidate for this. But I suppose that S2 might have prepared a snipe build, something to that effect. It's always hard to tell with the strategy they use. I mean, why did they send out Deer earlier? Why send Deer? There must have been some reason. I can't figure out that reason, why they would choose Deer over someone like Haya, say, because, I mean, if Perfectman loses this, they're going to have to choose between Haya and Jaedong, which is not a great position. I mean, you have to field Haya and Jaedong in the same series because they're both Oz's heavy hitters. It seems like a strange choice to send Deer out like they did. Sending Perfectman has worked out for them so far. Some very excited fans in the audience. They're like, perfect pylon. So the Zerglings trying to micro around, keep away from that Zealot, but unable to do it with just the two of them. Got to wait for another couple of Zerglings to pop out of the egg before they go for this. Oh, one drone kill. Not sure if that's quite worth it, but at least some harassment from Perfectman. Moving around a little with one more Zealot, going into a Corsair build. And he has protected his front with a cannon or two. Yeah, I think he kept the second cannon at the front, so he's going to be prepared for any kind of a run-by build. Spire on the way. Templar Archives. So it seems it's kind of transitioned into a pretty standard game. And here come the Corsairs. Well, the first Corsair from Perfectman moving his way out to scout and figure out what the hell is going on out there. Got to find out if your opponent is going for all Hydralists to start out. He sees another hatchery, doesn't see the Hydralist in yet. So decides, I'm just going to go for an Overlord kill. Get some kind of advantage here while I can, and then move away. As soon as the first Scourge pop, I think this is actually going to be pretty close because the Spire has popped up already, so it means the Scourge are on the way. Yep, the Scourge chased off the Corsair, but the Corsair managed to get one Overlord kill. And here comes the Dark Templar. Dark Templar coming towards the natural expansion, I think. Hard to keep track of those damn things. Damn translucent dudes. Working his way towards the natural expansion, but I believe there are quite a few Overlords there to intercept that. Yeah, strange from Perfectman to go straight into that. I mean, he just scouted that natural expansion. But, okay, now I think he's going to try his luck up at the 2 o'clock bases, as S2 is actually building his 4th base at the 2 o'clock main. So he's going to be forced to be reckoned with soon if Perfectman can't devise a good attack, a good Zealot attack. But yeah, look at all these Overlords in position now for S2. He is completely playing defensive now, trying to keep that freaking Dark Templar at bay. He even has a Spore Colony at the front to protect his Overlords, couple of Spore Colonies. So S2 is focused on a static defense build, which has been pretty popular as of late among the Zerg players, is trying to get greedy, get as many bases as they can. Works out well if you can fend off the initial Zealot push, but the +1 attack is going to be ready soon. There are High Templar out already as well, so this will be a pretty powerful attack, first attack from Perfectman, and it will be pretty difficult to fight it back, since S2 committed all of his minerals to that base up at the 2 o'clock. It's going to be kind of difficult. But Perfectman trying to prepare for everything. He actually morphed his High Templar into Archons, though. So hopefully this works out for him. I haven't seen any Hydralists yet. I was oh, there's a Hydralist in. Yeah, I usually expect now when I say I haven't seen any Hydras, for Hydras to just pop up immediately. But this could be a fake-out build as well. Still haven't seen any. But still a lot of static defense out there, and really nothing else except for Sunken Colonies to defend S2 against this big attack coming in soon from Perfectman. Perfectman is moving out. He's probably going to rally point all of his reinforcements to the base that he's going to choose to attack as well. Has some Dragoons out there, and there are the Hydra. So this is going to be Hydra ground army that is spinning Overlord. Whee! And okay, it looks like Perfectman going for the 2 o'clock. Committing everything to this, but some nice Sim City actually from S2. Oh man, it's going to be almost impossible to get to those Sunken Colonies back there. I think this is going to be an unsuccessful attack from Perfectman. Barely unsuccessful. Man, losing everything at the front. Not able to take down a single Sunken Colony, it seems. No. Oh man, nothing going down at all. Such a bad attack from Perfectman. Should have, as soon as he saw those sunken colonies, should have pulled back and cut his losses, get out of there. But now he's working with a significantly smaller force, as he's going to struggle to fend against this big Hydralisk push that's coming his way soon. Look at that, no sunken colony went down. Yikes, not good at all. Okay, it looks like the Corsairs trying to hang around and get some Overlord kills, but it was very smart of S2 to put down those Spore colonies going for this type of build. So he'll be able to move out with his Hydralisk pretty soon and not have to worry about keeping some at home to defend his Overlords. He'll have the Spore colonies in position, because once the Hydralisk attack, the Corsairs aren't going to be able to get much done at home, so they will be out there trying to get the Overlord kills. And S2 is prepared. Oh, he's working up such a massive amount of Hydralisk. I think the push is going to come very soon, as Perfectman is taking his third base at that exposed mineral only. I believe it's a mineral only, but there come the Corsairs trying to find more Overlords to snipe. And if Perfectman can get a huge clump of Overlords like that clump that's moving down completely undefended, if he can take those down, that'll put himself in a much better position and delay the push for a longer period of time. Well, at least delay the reinforcements. But no, it looks like S2 is moving out with every single one of his Overlords. He'll be able to protect them with just the Hydralisk alone. Man, he's bringing everything to the natural, and he couldn't have picked a better time to attack as well. Since Perfectman just put down his third base, he is very vulnerable. Not to mention he morphed his first two High Templar to an Archon, and that's obviously not going to help him anymore. But the High Templar being sniped. Oh, nice snipes from S2, finding the High Templar completely exposed out there, away from the cannons, away from everything. So this is going to be damn near impossible now for Perfectman to defend himself against reinforcement Hydralisk. But here come the reinforcement. Oh, this is going to be a scary push, very scary push from S2, working his way down. Of course, the High Templar, if Perfectman could get out High Templar to protect himself and keep those High Templar away from being sniped, he's going to be able to protect his bases. But he only has two High Templar that I see, as he's kicking in his economy now. Very confused Dragoon trying to get by the pylon. And S2 is holding his ground, is going to move in once he has lurkers. So he's going to bide his time, wait for the lurkers, but he is pumping nothing but troops and rally pointing them to the natural area. He has the lurkers now, so he is going for the attack. Attack here. No detection, I don't think, for Perfectman at the front. And Perfectman's troops are divided. Oh man, this is bad. Very bad for Perfectman. Most of his troops still stuck inside of that main, as S2 works his way down to this mineral-only base, working his way down here. Still no storms at all. I see one High Templar, but no storm energy ready on it yet. 3 High Templar, and there another snipe. Oh, ridiculous. One High Templar goes down, another High Templar just kind of sitting there. I know it has storm energy research. I saw it sitting there for a long period of time, but Perfectman hasn't done anything with it so far. Oh man, so Perfectman, I think he's going to lose this base. The lurkers, rather, getting into a great position. Almost said perfect again. As Perfectman loses more probes at this base. Finally, the first storm hits quite a few Hydralisk there, but it looks like these storms are just not getting enough done. There's the GG from Perfectman, knowing he lost his lifeline in the game, that mineral-only outside base. Couldn't handle it, so S2 takes him down. So who am I to question SKT's decision to send out S2? Worked out great. Okay, time for the 5th set, and possibly the last.